Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another chat about video games. We had some reveals this week.
We did.
Exile Magpie.
Hello.
Always with us.
Well, you know, it's a chat, not a person talking to the mic. So
That's very true.
There needs to be at least one other person here.
Yes. So we're going to start off with like the little things.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through the DC Fandome.
Yeah, the two game reveals.
The two game reveals. Yeah. So first off, Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red have confirmed that it will be getting free DLC. Somebody asked them on Twitter, and they responded with the Kool-Aid Man meme coming for a wall with the "Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
oh yeah."
Cool. I mean,
no idea what that would be.
I mean, Cyberpunk is looking to be an absolutely.
It already looks like this. It already looks like there's so much in the game already.
Yeah, like
I'm starting to think like what are they going to be adding that isn't like possibly new classes, new start things, and new.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They probably could add new start.
No, that's what I mean.
But also, like
other than that,
right? But here's the thing. Like, I guarantee you, at the moment, not every single building you can go into. So if they just start adding like more internal stuff as they go along and put like story, like side missions in them and extra stuff. I mean, also like more backgrounds starts would be quite interesting. I mean, I'm not fully like aware of all like the whole lore now regarding Cyberpunk, so I don't know how many different types of classes you could have, but considering it's a role-playing game, there's probably quite a few.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
there's probably like more military ones and more like.
But what I'm saying is like for free. What could they add in? I can't see them adding in that sort of stuff for free.
Depends how. Yeah, but here's the thing. Depends on how.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but the thing is, alright. The vast majority of their sales for Cyberpunk, especially on PC, have come through GOG, which is their own store. Which means they're making serious fucking buck off this.
That's very true.
They probably have already got some figures of like, yeah, we're going to make. We're already guaranteed, as long as all the pre-orders come through, we've already guaranteed this much money. And
also, Ghost of Tsushima's getting a whole co-op mode for free.
Yeah. So it's like a big, you know, if all the developers and publishers want to have a massive competition of how cool free DLC stuff they can give people, I'm all down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I'm down for that.
That's pretty cool.
I want everyone involved in this competition. I want to see how big it gets.
So yeah, there's something. Is it still slated for November to come out?
Yeah, it's still slated for November. Roughly around the same week as Destiny's
a new launch date of November 19th.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good.
Oh.
So yeah, we have a confirmation of free DLC.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That's always nice.
I mean, it is early days, but if Cyberpunk is half the game it's hyped to be, free DLC will be good.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good game. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, yes. Fall Guys.
Yes.
Which is just taking the internet by storm.
Well, yeah.
It's a fun game.
It is a really fun game. It's basically
It's an infuriating game sometimes.
Yes.
My God.
It's basically Takeshi's Castle in game form.
Yes.
With adorable little beans that are so identifiable that you could put anything on them.
But I think it's later today, so we'll have to probably talk about that next week. But there is going to be the Season 2 announcement for Fall Guys.
Oh God, yeah.
So like new costumes and all that.
New costumes, new emotes.
There's also the new games. They're going to show off a few more newer games that are coming. Because it's part of I think it's called Gamescom Live. That's on tonight.
Oh yeah, we'll try and get to watch that at some point.
So I think that's on there. But also the little jelly bean people, they are now a race in Dungeons and Dragons. At least someone has modded
Well, someone's done a character sheet.
Yeah.
For Dungeons and Dragons for
the Fall Guys.
For the Fall Guys.
Yeah, for the Fall Guys, which is just great.
I mean, what more do you want? That's amazing. Also, my one thing is they have to communicate by going woo 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 woo.
Yes, that is the only way they can communicate.
That's the only thing they can speak. So that's my one.
Which is lovely.
One thing with the
what was the other thing? I had another thing for.
I mean, there is the Fortnite. There is the Epic versus Apple, which is just.
I am not even looking at that. For 2 reasons. One, I don't care about Epic, nor do I care about Apple. And secondly, it's just all.
It's basically two big corporations having a dick swinging contest.
If I was gonna go into this,
yeah,
I'd want to deep dive, and I'm not smart enough to deep dive into this.
In layman's terms, it's basically a giant dick swing contest between Epic and Apple.
I know that
over who can get the most money.
I know that, but that's going at it. That's going at it through layman terms.
Yeah,
which is why I don't want to just be like, oh well, it's just too. If we were to talk about it, so I'm not talking about that.
No,
for those reasons.
There's plenty of other people talking about it. I'm putting it into like the actual like pros and cons. Basically, neither company deserves to be. Neither company are the good guy. Let's be honest here.
That's very true. There was something, and I had it. Oh yes, there we go. Doom Eternal is getting a DLC. It's like more campaign.
Which is a bit surprising.
That was even else. That was the other.
I'm surprised about that.
That is also getting shown on the Gamescom.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Gamescom opening night live. That's what's on tonight.
Right. I'm just thinking like, doesn't the? I mean, how the hell do you top fighting the? Is it the element of sin? No, it's the.
To be fair, it's Doom. Just as long as you're killing demons, I think you're fine.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't think you need to top anything. I think you just need to keep killing demons.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's very true.
Or as the Doom fandom like to say, rip and tear demons.
Yes.
So
with Isabella by your side as well.
With Isabella by your side. Oh my god! Could you imagine on Nintendo Switch and the actual toys that you found were amiibos of Animal Crossing characters?
Yeah,
I would buy it on
the
Switch.
the greatest crossover ever, and it's all because both sets of fans went, yeah, hope you do well.
Yeah. And lastly, before we go on to the big things, I don't think this video is going to be very long.
Probably not.
This chat. The Black Myth Wukong demo. Not demo. Reveal. We'll call it a reveal.
Well, it's the demo that was shown that that everyone started really going, oh my god, this looks amazing. It's an independent Chinese developer
from former Tencent.
He's a former yeah, he's a former.
No, not he. They.
Okay.
It's not one guy that's done this.
Oh no, it's the other game that was the other game that Microsoft showed off, the first-person shooter. That's one person.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the independent developer. Yeah, they've got connection. They've had experience with Tencent, but the game looks. It's a
fantastic.
Mix. It looks like a mix between Dark Souls.
It's definitely a Souls-like game. For the way it's like combat.
Yeah, the way the combat works. But it's much more flashier, which to anyone who knows the whole mythology behind Sun Wukong, it makes sense. The Monkey King is someone who either drunk, absorbed, or devoured 3 separate things that made him immortal.
Yes.
Not 3 separate things combined that made him immortal. 3 separate individual things that on their own made him immortal.
Made him 3 times immortal.
Yeah, he's just like, I mean, just I think it's the first book in the Journey to the West, where it goes on about the whole escapades of the Monkey King and why the Buddha and the Jade Emperor ends up just basically burying him in a freaking mountain to stop him. And even then, that not necessarily works. But yeah, Sun Wukong is the inspiration behind Goku.
Yes.
Hence the reason why Goku is overpowered as fuck.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense.
But yeah, it looks the graphics, it's a really pretty game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very smooth, and it looks really good. Like they definitely focused on getting the combat to look really nice and work from what we saw in the trailer.
Yes.
You know, obviously once you get into actual controls, you may find the controls are a little bit clunky. We don't know, but it did look really, really good, and I wish them all the best. I really hope they do. It does well.
It did look really, really good. The wolf boss. I will be honest. A little part of me was like, the wolf looks a little too good. You know, he looks a little too good to me to say that's real. Like every bit of hair on that wolf looked like it had its own sort of physics thing on it, and I was just sort of like,
right. Here's the thing, right? In Ghost of Tsushima, every blade of grass.
Oh no, it wasn't just that.
Motions.
It wasn't just that. The thing is, like in Ghost of Tsushima, yes, every blade of grass, but you can tell that grass is on a game. Like you can tell that Ghost of Tsushima is a game. It's a very beautiful game, but you can tell it's a game. This looked like it was a piece of art that should have been on a wall. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I think didn't they say it was in Epic? The
Unreal Engine.
The Unreal 5.
Unreal 5. It is next gen.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying.
So it's because obviously it's pre-alpha. We don't know how much of it is like what they want it to look like in the end, and how much it is actually going to look like. It's promising though.
Oh yeah, it's definitely promising.
So yeah, and again, I hope it does well. I wish any new developer the best. You know, you've always got a chance to prove yourself as a good developer and make good games and not be an absolute jackass like EA.
That's very true.
So
That's very true.
I hope they do well. The more different developers, and especially ones that can do things on their own, the better.
So yeah, there was that. That pretty much took everything. Everybody was talking about Wukong.
Yeah,
everybody's been.
It came out.
On it.
It came pretty much out of the blue.
The combat looked really fun.
Yeah. And again, it's almost like that's what was the combination I was thinking of. It was almost like the methodical combat of Dark Souls, but sprinkled in with a bit of showiness that Devil May Cry has, sort of thing.
Yeah, I would say it's
not exactly Devil May Cry combat, but like the fact that the moves are flashy.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a much more Bloodborne combat system where it wants you to. It did look like it wants you to get in and fight. But it's a lot more. It's like it's got Devil May Cry's flash.
Yeah, flair.
And flair to it.
Flair to
that's what I would put to it. It did look really cool.
Yeah, the fight against the, I'd say probably maybe mid boss, the one with the flaming.
The flaming scythe, which you can take after you beat him.
That was really cool.
No, my tablets. No, professional. As you can see, I'm a professional.
Yeah, you landed that right on my foot.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's only your foot. This is my tablet. Right. Anyway, we're moving on now to the main thing.
Yeah,
the DC Fandome.
Yeah,
or DC Fandome, for the reasons. They did. There was a lot of announcements in there. They announced. They showed off Suicide Squad trailer for the new movie that's coming.
The new movie.
No actual.
Yeah, it basically went through the roster.
Just went through the roster. We saw some good ones there, I think.
Shark King.
Shark King's in there. Shark King looks kind of... Right, here's the thing. I want to say cute because of that picture that they used of him where he's just kind of like waving at the camera.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing like he's a villain. He looks like a shark. A humanoid shark. He looks like a humanoid shark. So there's nothing cute about him, but it's the whole mannerism of him.
It's like, the face that he's like trying to smile, and he's just got that like, little wave there, and it's just like, bless him.
Basically, it seems like a much more successful thing than what they were trying to do with Killer Croc in the last one.
Yeah,
which with Killer Croc, it's really I didn't. Part of me didn't understand why they tried to do that because it's like no. Killer Croc was a gangster. He took no shit from anyone.
No, Killer Croc wasn't on a gangster.
Yeah, he was in Batman. He at once it was basically when everyone had a gang, but he was.
Oh yeah, but he's not a gangster. Killer Croc was a guy who lived in the sewers, man.
Yes, he lived in the sewers.
And who has a vendetta against Bane. But anyway.
Yes, because Bane broke his arms.
Yeah, broke his arms. Right. They had that. They had They showed off a trailer for The Batman.
The Batman.
Robert Pattinson. Me personally, I actually like Robert Pattinson's look.
Yeah.
Batman.
I mean, he was never going to be buff.
No.
He was never going to.
To be fair, I would have liked him to have gone to the gym.
Yeah.
But he did not.
Well, because
he said he wasn't going to. He didn't.
The thing is, right, here's the thing. I'm not that disappointed in the fact that he's not.
Yeah, but you're not.
No. In the sense, like, the thing that needs to get across correctly is, like, the combat. And the one scene we saw where he literally just kicks the crap out of someone.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
To the point where all his buddies look at Batman and go, yeah, we're not messing with him.
Yeah, let's not do this.
That is what I'm actually kind of like. Yeah, ideally, Robert should have gone to the gym, buffed up a little bit. We don't expect him to be like friggin'.
I don't expect him to go to the lengths of Ben Affleck and the muscles that he had on.
Yeah, no, we don't expect him to be like Ben Affleck or even Christopher Nolan.
Christine Bale,
yeah. Because those two are just fucking ridiculous, especially Bale. He's just... Man's a machine.
He is.
It's like, I want to be in this role. I will now do this for 6 months to be in this role. Didn't he get told, yeah, you've kind of buffed up a little too much for Batman Begins?
Yes, he did. He buffed up too much for Batman Begins because they couldn't fit him in the mask. His neck was too big, so he had to lose. He had to lose the weight that he put on.
That's hilarious.
It was really weird for that because he'd just done. I think it was The Mechanic, where he'd lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
For The Mechanic, and then literally, I think it was like 6 months later, he was supposed to start filming for Batman. So he ended The Mechanic, and then just started going to the gym.
Instantly went to the gym. But yeah. First things first, I know a lot of people still have bones with Robert Pattinson because of Twilight, but I think he's done his time regarding that.
Well, it's not even that.
He's shown in a few other films that he is actually not a bad actor.
I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson. I'm not a Robert Pattinson fan. But it's with these things, it's always give him a shot.
Yeah.
He might prove you wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah, but my point is like, I'm not a massive Robert Pattinson fan, but like, he has done other things than Twilight, and he's actually shown like he does actually have some talent, which starts to point towards the director in the Twilight series of being pretty shit.
Let's not talk about the Twilight.
But anyways, yeah, let's talk about the Batman and the fact that, like, a lot of people are saying the main villain's going to be Riddler.
It's looking that way. It
is looking that way. I am wondering if potentially we could have Hush in it.
Yes.
Basically because of two things. One is the villain wrapping up the mayor's head. Literally wraps it up the way Hush's mask is.
Yes.
In the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, the conversation that is at the end of the trailer, which is clearly the villain. I'm not saying Riddler isn't in it. I think Riddler is confirmed to be in it. But like, the villain is talking not to Batman, he's talking to Bruce, because the way Pattinson talks in that last bit is as Bruce, not as the way he's talking in the scene as he's Batman, where it's not as growly as previous incarnations, but there is a slight difference. There's a clear, there's a different tone between Batman and Bruce.
Yes.
There's a different tone, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect everyone to go with I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I don't expect everyone.
Swear to me.
I mean, it's cool. It's really cool, but my God, that throat must kill at the end of it. Jesus.
Again, I don't know how Christian Bale did 3 movies of doing that voice.
He didn't. That's the thing.
I did like. I did that once for like 5 minutes, and my throat was killing me.
But yeah, like, I think there's a lot of people in this. There's a lot of characters in
There is
this
a lot
movie.
of. Oh, actually, you know the guy that we were like, is that Penguin? Is that not Penguin? It is actually Penguin.
Yeah, Falcone. Yeah, the one where you thought maybe Falcone. No,
Yeah.
it is Penguin. I
Penguin.
thought so. It's like the nose. The nose gives it away.
It's Colin Farrell. He's put on a little bit of weight, and he's wearing prosthetic makeup and all that sort of stuff.
Turns him into
he
Oswald
looks
Cobblepot.
really f***ing good.
Yeah. And Colin Farrell's a damn good actor, so I'm looking forward. This is the thing. I was going in before this trailer. I was not particularly like, I may go watch it. But since seeing the trailer, I'm like, okay, you got me. And this is the thing. They haven't finished filming this.
No,
this
it's
is
only like 25 to 30%.
They've only filmed 25% of the scenes before COVID hit, and they had to stop. I'm not sure if filming has picked up again or not.
No, I have no idea. I've not heard anything anyway.
But like, for whoever's in charge of the editing of that trailer, they've done a damn good job, because it basically puts out.
It shows you
what the whole theme of the movie's going to be.
But it also shows you just enough to get you really to be like, well, what's that?
Yeah.
And what's that?
Like, I'm not 100% convinced. I mean, they are saying, like, this is going to be a brand new Riddler no one's ever seen before. So it could be Riddler that's doing it. That's the man that's wrapping up the mayor's head. It could be Riddler. I'm just thinking of, like, is it? It's kind of like, I'm wondering if they are gonna have Hush as like as the shock villain. Which, if done correctly, will be perfect, because it fits in with the Hush storyline. Because spoilers for anyone who hasn't read one of the best Batman arcs. The whole thing of Hush is like Riddler actually figures out who Batman is.
Yeah.
And that's how Elliot. Tommy Elliot. Tommy Elliot that's how Tommy Elliot finds out that Bruce is Batman.
Yeah.
And so basically, like that, and the Hush storyline involves a lot of characters as well.
Yeah.
It involves Penguin, Joker.
Penguin, Joker,
Riddler, Catwoman, who's also in this.
Clayface, Scarecrow,
Poison Ivy.
Yes, kind of. Poison Ivy's kind of involved, but not in like a major way.
Mm-hmm.
And Joker's only involved because he is literally
Hush sets him up.
Hush sets him up. He's literally in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah,
which is very weird for the Joker.
Yeah, no. Just for that one scene of, you're not going to believe me, but I'm innocent. Honest. Like, the one thing the Joker doesn't do is caught red-handed.
It's very weird. It's a fantastic.
It's
arc.
a great.
It also puts a spotlight on the lesser villains for Batman.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, I think also at the time the Joker was getting a lot of like time in the comics at that point, and then the Hush storyline came along, and like I said, you had Clayface, Riddler, Scarecrow, everybody was involved in this. So yeah, I think this would be a good way to bring Hush into.
Yeah.
Because
it's also looking like this movie's not going to do a origin scene.
Which is about
which is fine. I
think Spider-Man: Homecoming proved that you don't need to do a big origin story,
especially for someone like as popular as Batman.
Yeah,
it's like everyone knows his parents got murdered in front of him in an alley.
All you need is like a quick 5-minute thing,
Yeah.
possibly at the beginning of the movie. You don't need a
Not
full...
even that. Not even 5 minutes. I mean, Batman v Superman, I think, had a small little thing at the very beginning.
Yeah.
But then it tied into some bullshit later on in
Yeah.
the film.
I've still not watched that movie. And
Yeah.
I never will.
But yeah, I think just like a little... Hell! A newspaper clipping in the Batcave.
Mm.
All you need.
Yeah.
Like a pan...
Or just something in Wayne Manor.
Yeah. Something in Wayne Manor, like a pan through of like newspaper clippings of like...
Or a scene, I don't know, with Bruce just walking through like the halls of Wayne Manor and just memories.
Yeah.
Just a quick little...
Basically, you don't need like the whole scene being played out. Just like
we don't need that now.
One little thing, nodding back to like his origin, why he's doing things. Just for the one person in the world that doesn't know.
Yeah. Right, so from that...
But yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I think. Hope.
I hope. I'm a big Batman fan, so...
Hope,
I
wish,
hope.
please.
From that, they did show off... I know I'm doing a lot of DC things here, but I'm a DC fan, so... And this is my show.
Yes.
So I get to talk about what I want.
I know.
They did show off some more Scott Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
I think his next run, which is going to be... I think it's Justice League he's doing next. I think they said.
Okay.
I'm not really supposed to... They did do a load of, like... for a lot of... For the whole thing, some of this weird was a bit like... Well, why are you doing this? Because there was a lot of like artists and writers talking to each other on the like a podcast sort of thing, and they were talking about like Static Shock and all that sort of stuff, but not bringing Static Shock back. No, just talking about the old cartoon. That was it. Like you didn't need that in there. I mean, I'm all for people talking about Static Shock. But like,
yeah,
this is supposed to be your announcement thing.
I kind of enjoyed Static Shock when it was on
the Cartoon Network.
On the Cartoon Network over here. It was actually not.
Was it Cartoon Network? Was it Fox Kids?
One or the other.
It doesn't really matter. So there was that sort of stuff going on, which was a bit weird. But then we had 2 game announcements.
Yes.
So the first one we're going to talk about is the one that we got the least knowledge about.
Yes.
So they announced, this is from Rocksteady.
Yeah, this is the first... Is it the first game since Arkham Knight?
Yes. And it is Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Kill the Justice League. No gameplay.
No, it was basically... It may have been an in-engine, but it was definitely not gameplay trailer. At the moment, from the looks of it, it's a 4-player squad co-op /
The guy did say it is a 4-player drop-in, drop-out co-op.
And if you're doing it single player, you can switch between the characters or mid-game, which is fine.
Which is fine. At the moment,
the thing with Suicide Squad is like only 4 characters. You've got Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark.
Yeah.
Not a bad list for the first 4. But we haven't actually gotten anything of like how the game plays.
No. We also don't have a full list of who's in.
Yeah. It could be more.
Yeah, we could end up with El Diablo. Or
which I wouldn't mind. We could have Killer Croc.
Killer Croc would be nice. I would like Killer Croc.
Katana, Thingy Flag.
Rick Flag.
Rick Flag.
Ratcatcher.
Yeah. Basically the entire roster of the new...
They're just any villain from DC.
Any villain that has been in the Suicide Squad.
Because like
there's been a lot.
From Rebirth, General Zod has been a member of the Suicide Squad.
He's a Kryptonian. How the fuck did Amanda Waller do anything? What can Amanda Waller do to him?
I've got the card. It failed dramatically, but
I wonder why.
For a short time, Zod was a member of the Suicide Squad.
I wonder why. But yeah, it's like the whole premise of the Suicide Squad, obviously for people who don't know, is like it's mostly like low down, bottom tier.
Yeah, the whole in the comics, the whole idea was to get the Z-listers.
Yeah.
The Z-list villains that like nobody ever really cares about. Maybe sprinkling some of the more popular ones.
Yeah. Or those that aren't shown often.
But are still quite well known.
Yeah, like Deadshot.
Like Deadshot or Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And just to give them a bit of spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And the main problem with the first movie is it really didn't do that.
No.
It didn't do that at all. And
it's the same problem with Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey.
Well, no, the problem with Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey is just the whole movie as a complete thing is an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
It doesn't know anything. The action is terrible. The comedy is terrible.
But back to
the script is awful. The characters are terrible. Like everything about that movie is just fundamentally broken.
Also, it doesn't really have any members of the Birds of Prey. It doesn't have Black Canary.
It does. It has Black Canary. It has Huntress.
And Huntress.
Yeah, it has those two.
That's it.
And then the other one is, I think it's supposed to be Orphan. Is the other class. Because there was no way Warner Brothers were going to let anything to do with Batman allowed into that movie.
No.
They were not going to do that.
Yeah, because Birds of Prey is supposed to be Oracle.
Well, it started off as Oracle, Black Canary, Huntress, and Batwoman.
Batman, yeah.
It's now Batgirl, Huntress, Black Canary, and I think Orphan.
Yeah.
I think Orphan's in there now. I'll have to, because I haven't read Birds of Prey for a while. So
It's been a while. But that's what I'm saying is like when you think Birds of Prey, you don't think Harley Quinn. Yeah. Harley Quinn is Gotham City. If any group of females Harley Quinn is associated with, it's Gotham City Sirens. Yeah. Her, Poison Ivy, Catwoman.
Yeah,
those three.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that
you couldn't do that film, could you? No. No, that would have made actual fucking sense.
Plus, you could have had Harley Quinn, and if you wanted to, because let's face it, you could have had Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy in a relationship, because that's a thing.
It's an actual thing as well.
Yeah.
It's an actual thing.
You don't have to pull it out of your ass. Yeah. It's there.
Yeah. Poison Ivy, I think I don't know whether she injected or gave Harley something, but basically Harley Quinn is actually now in the comics immune to Poison Ivy's poison bullshit.
Yeah, she's now immune to it.
She's immune to it.
Well, no, I think it's something to do with the Joker. I think they've retconned it to be something because the Joker's also immune to it because of his toxins that are in him. I think it's pretty much the same thing. I think they've retconned it to be the same.
So like the chemical bath they took.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That. Oh, that's fine. But what the main point is...
The main point is Birds of Prey sucks.
Birds of Prey sucks. They should have made Gotham City Sirens because they could have actually had a Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn relationship potential.
And they ruined Black Mask. They just ruined Black Mask.
Ewan.
Or Die Hardman. Death Stranding reference.
Anyway, back to Suicide Squad again.
Yeah.
We
had a big sort of skit that maybe went on a little bit too long with Thingy on Net.
Yeah, basically voice of Lego Batman. Which, to be perfectly honest,
I want to say John on it. No,
maybe, I don't know. That's wrong.
Dan on it.
David.
No.
Anyway,
Josh.
the thing is though, we literally went, you know what, if they wanted to do a properly funny skit, they should have had Lego Batman show up.
Oh, I would.
With a whole thing of like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you here?
I will admit, King Shark again. King Shark was quite funny in this.
King Shark was.
We will do this for the honor of Thingy Arnett's. It's just like, yes, that's King Shark.
Yeah. They are trying to go for a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe,
which is fine.
Which, yeah,
it's fine. It's
fine.
I mean,
considering the fact that the only serious character, and I say that as like the personality traits, the only serious character there is Deadshot. So like you've got Captain Boomerang, who's
pretty much a drunk,
who's a drunk Aussie. King Shark
who is King Shark.
And then there's Harley Quinn, who, is literally insane. It's going to be ridiculous. I
am hoping that they announce more characters.
The thing is, though, if they announce more characters, then that's going to be a guaranteed live service.
Probably. I'm fine for that.
And the thing is, though, right, out of the two games, both potentially could be live services, which kind of worries me. It's weird. I mean, we don't know when these games are going to get released. It looks like Suicide Squad is not as advanced developed.
Suicide Squad's going to be next gen. It's just going to be straight up next gen. Whereas
Gotham,
the next game, which we'll talk about, I can see it may be coming out for both. But I think Suicide Squad is only going to be like Xbox Series X, PS5.
Possibly.
That's...
So, again, not much. Just basically, like, they had the reveal of, like, yeah, by the way, Superman's turned evil. The thing is, anyone worth a salt.
Yeah, they need to do something because, like, they've done this whole thing of like, oh, we need to take down Superman. Like, but anybody who actually reads DC Comics, there's not a hope in hell anyone in the Suicide Squads. The entire Suicide Squad could team up together, and they still couldn't beat Superman.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just not.
This is the thing with Superman. Like, when anyone goes, oh, Superman is deliberately OP.
I mean, he's weak to magic and kryptonite, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are a couple of...
And Zod can go... Zod, Darkseid... I can never pronounce his name right.
I think.
I'm starting to struggle on who can actually go toe-to-toe with Superman now. Any of the new gods, basically. But other than that, you start to struggle, like, who can actually... Oh, Doomsday. Who can actually go...
Oh, yeah, Doomsday. The being that literally cannot die.
Yeah. Who... The only... Like, you start to struggle after that. Oh, Lobo as well.
Yeah.
But after that, you kind of go...
Have you noticed, though, a lot of them are either Kryptonians or can't die?
Yes. Very true. Like, Lobo can't die, because Lobo is a riptake of Wolverine, and since Wolverine cannot die, Lobo cannot die.
Yeah. Darkseid is... Like, the thing you see in the comics isn't actually Darkseid. It's just his personification in that reality, in that universe, because he's actually in a different realm.
Yeah. Well, for DC, Darkseid he's basically the personification of just everything that is evil.
Yeah.
That is. It's why he can't die. Because
but the thing is, like, the law for him is like what you see actually, like, on Acropolis and when he fights Superman and all them, he's like, that's just the body he's using from the fucking whatever dimension he's actually from, like where he literally is like God.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like you go through people who could go toe to toe with Superman, and there's like there's not a big list, and secondly,
none of them are in the Suicide Squad.
None of them in the Suicide Squad, because all of them could kick the crap out of Amanda Wallace. They were just looking at Amanda Wallace going, oh, really? Yeah, we got a chip in there. Oh, have you now?
Yeah.
Have you? Oh, there's a chip in my neck. I want to see you try and activate it right now. Like General Zod. General Zod is a Kryptonian, so therefore all he would have to do was fly into the sun.
Yes. I can't remember actually what he did.
Here's the thing. I don't even think an explosion would actually work. It would just go poof.
The trailer was quite funny at the end. Superman just shows up.
And that has just landed on my neck.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang was...
Have we figured out how...
I laughed so hard.
Have we figured out
who the target is?
Yeah, the old point at Superman. But yeah, anyone worth a salt knows that, like, this is not going to go the way that they think that.
Yeah, I think we're not,
especially since the background is frigging...
It's Brainiac.
So clearly Brainiac's involved somehow.
We're gonna fight some Justice League members. We are not going to fight Superman.
No.
There's just
no.
Not with those four characters.
No. We're fighting Superman. We're getting fucking owned by Superman.
Yeah, we're gonna get wrecked by Superman.
Superman is going to absolutely wreck us, and that doesn't matter what level we are at. We could be level 1 or level 5,000. Yeah. Superman will still go
We have like what I think is going to happen is we're probably going to end up facing like possibly Green Arrow,
Wonder Woman,
maybe Wonder Woman. Actually, no. I'll tell you what. With those suits, Wonder Woman will wreck them even worse than Superman was.
Yeah. Unlike Superman, Wonder Woman doesn't hold back.
Yeah, probably. I reckon the Flash. We could probably face the Flash. Possibly Booster Gold, Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Maybe some B-listed superheroes.
Supergirl, maybe.
Possibly Supergirl.
But again, she's a Kryptonian, and that's not going to end well.
Right.
Trying to think who Cyborg.
Maybe Martian Manhunter.
Cool.
Cyborg, yeah.
Hawkman, Hawkgirl.
Hawkman, Hawkgirl.
Nightwing, maybe. Oh, did you know what? I guarantee you the Bat family are going to be separate. Oh, that's the thing. This is also set in the same universe.
Yeah, Suicide Squad is going to be set in the same is set in the same universe, or the Arkhamverse as they called it. Just say the Arkham universe. Just can we stop putting verse at the end of words?
Yeah, it works when you say multiverse because
it's a multiverse.
But also, it's like Marvel don't do that. It's the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not the Marvel Cineverse.
Yeah.
It's the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But yeah, so Suicide Squad could be good.
We just don't have enough information.
There's not enough information. It's going to have gunplay that they've said.
Yeah, it's going to be a mix between the Arkham combat that they're known for and they're going to add gunplay, which considering the fact that you've got
which is understandable because
and Deadshot.
Well, no, Captain Boomerang Captain Boomerang can fight. Deadshot, on the other hand, cannot. He's not good at hand-to-hand combat.
He's proficient. He's good enough in hand-to-hand combat.
No, he's not.
No, he's good enough in hand-to-hand combat to make sure, apart from when he goes up against Batman, because it's fucking Batman.
This is my point. Like, Deadshot's not good at hand-to-hand combat.
What I'm trying to mean is, like, his abilities in hand-to-hand give him the opportunity to get away, so he can start shooting them again.
Maybe. But yeah, he's not
primarily going to be a shooter. That's what I'm pointing out. Like,
what I'm saying is, like, if they've all of a sudden turned Deadshot into like some sort of weird ninja,
that's Slade.
Able to jump off.
Yeah, but that's Slade.
Yeah, I know. That's Deathstroke. But like, there you go. Why is Deathstroke not in this? I know he's in the Arkham games, but like, come on.
I know Deathstroke is fucking amazing. He screams to be in this.
There was another thing. I don't like Harley Quinn's look. I don't like the fact that they've took the movie look instead of having the way she looks in the Arkham games.
I would have liked it to be in the Arkham, but again, guarantee your costumes are going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, it's Warner Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just worried. If this is a live service, I'm kind of worried about the monetization. It's going to be terrible because it's Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers are horrible.
Yes.
So
it's going to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, these are the same concerns I have with Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, yes. The second game, and the one that I'm much more excited about because I am a Batman nerd.
Yes.
And so this really, really made my day when I finally got to see the new Batman game that they've been teasing for fucking years.
Which I may add, starts off with the trailer starts off with Bruce basically telling the Bat family, yeah, by the way, I'm dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
If you're watching this, I'm dead. Clearly, we all know that's probably not actually what happened.
That's not going to be the thing.
The main gist is the Court of Owls, and anyone who knows, I'll let you go explain them.
Well, Court of Owls are basically the underground sort of people who rule Gotham.
Yeah.
Basically, that's all they are, and if anybody steps out of line, they send assassins called Talons after them, who are people who have been put in suspended animation for years. There are some people who have been in suspended animation for nearly 100 years, which does beg the question of, like, how? But
this is in the same universe that Ra's al Ghul has a resurrection pit.
Yeah, but that's natural. The Lazarus pits are natural occurrences.
Yes, I know, but the thing is, it was like Ra's al Ghul is like over 1,000 years old.
Yes.
Because of the Lazarus pits. I'm just saying, like, you know, this is the same universe.
Yeah, I know. But so yeah, there's these people, and they are generally looking like they're going to be the villains of this game, which is fine because I think every DC, at least every Batman fan, loves the Court of Owls. The whole idea of them is just fantastic.
The tweet that they're because it's Warner Brothers Games, the people who did, I think is it? Am I right in saying it's the people who did
Origins?
Arkham Origins.
Arkham Origins, yes.
Which I know some people went, yeah, it's not that good, but it was passable as an Arkham game.
I liked it. I really liked it. It brought in a lot of ideas that they used for Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
About the whole like fast travel sort of thing.
Yeah.
That came about.
But point I'm making is like, it was a passable.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a passable game.
It was just, unfortunately, I think it was a little bit too ambitious for what it wanted to do.
Yeah, and also it was always going to be comparison to Arkham City.
Yeah, and if you had it on PS3 or Xbox 360, it killed your console because of the amount of snow particles it fucking had.
Oh god, yeah, so many. But yeah. So they're the ones behind the latest Batman game, Gotham Knights, and it is going to be a co-op.
Yeah.
Batman game.
Yeah. We don't know. They haven't said anything about it whether it's going to be a live service or if it's just going to be like a Arkham game.
Yeah. The one more is like they did show gameplay. The villains the grunts had. Health bars with levels on them.
Yeah, they had health bars, and they had, when you punched them, numbers came up, which did give the sign of like, that's a live service. That's a live service thing. Now, I'm alright with a live service thing, but I do want to be able to turn that off. When I'm punching people, I don't want numbers to come up. Yeah,
I mean, it's fine with Destiny, but that's because we've had it since day one.
Yeah, we've played
like,
Destiny's.
Adding, and this is the thing, Batman, the Arkham series has always had RPG mechanics.
Yeah,
it always has done. Like, it's not in a sense, it's not really changing anything per se because the enemies had health bars that went down.
Yeah,
I don't like the fact that there's levels, especially for the grunts. I don't want to walk into a group as Nightwing and get wrecked because they're 5 levels above me.
Was it the grunts that had levels on them?
Yeah.
I didn't see the levels on the grunts. I
saw
the
every single enemy had like a little square above them.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I don't want to walk into like with either Batgirl or Nightwing, and basically because the area
beat up by grunts.
The area is a higher level area, I get absolutely wrecked. It's like, no, I should be able to just absolutely dominate every single fucking group I've got. If they're going to decide to like have the grunts level up with us, then fine. But again, like you, I want to be able to turn off the numbers. I want to turn off the numbers and the level thing. I want to be able to do that because the thing is, the problem if you have these games and then have this like level capping, it breaks the illusion that you are this superhero.
Yeah.
Because like for example, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch, the big problem with that is that the mobs are more tankier than you expect them to be. You should be able to just absolutely annihilate them, and they don't. So, and it breaks the illusion that you are like this powerful superhero of like ultimate skill and that. The trailer show it was basically a build up to a Mr. Freeze fight.
Yeah. We saw some fighting with the grunts with Batgirl and Robin.
Batgirl and Robin, which we think is Red Robin.
Yeah, we think it's Red Robin.
Because it's very red.
It's very red, and it is kind of the Red Robin badge that he's got on.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, part of me is a bit disappointed. I'm like, oh, it's not Damien. I want that.
See,
that.
the thing is, the part of me is like, I want Damien, but at the same time, because I love Super Sons, I'd want Jonathan Kent as well. So you can co-op as those two, where they're just fighting.
You could not balance that.
No, you couldn't.
Because Jonathan Kent is Superboy.
He's Superboy. He'd wreck everyone.
Yeah, and the rumours are in the comic fandom is potentially Jonathan Kent's going to turn into Superboy Prime, which is the most OP of Superman.
Superboy Prime punches reality into shatters.
Yeah, he just punches into. I mean, pretty much he was the cause of Crisis.
Infinite Crisis? Or is it right? Crisis and Infinite Earths.
Infinite Crisis. Infinity Crisis.
No.
Crisis.
Crisis and Infinite Earths was the first one.
Right.
Then the second one was. I want to say Infinite Crisis.
Right.
And I can't remember what the third one was.
But anyway, he caused one of those.
Yeah, he caused the second one. Because the third one was Dark Side.
So yeah, he's. But yeah, you couldn't blame it. But like Damien, like the fact that they've got the Bat family, because it's the list. At the moment, what they've shown is 4 characters.
Yeah.
Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, Jason Todd.
Yeah, and we'll say Robin for now.
Robin,
but
which we think is Red Robin.
It's actually I think it's Tim Drake.
Tim Drake. Yeah. Nightwing looks amazing. They all look like really badass, but individually separate, like very unique combat styles. Like Barbara.
Barbara looks the most like Batman.
Yeah, she does look the most. Her combat looks a little bit more the most like Batman, but more athletic. If you know, like Batman is pure like unadulterated power.
Yeah, she
looks
a little bit
more like a little bit more energetic and using momentum to create the power.
Whereas Nightwing obviously uses his poles.
Yeah,
and Robin has. This is the main reason why I think it's Tim Drake, is because Robin has the staff.
Yeah,
and that's Tim Drake's thing. Because Damien doesn't use a pole.
Yeah, I don't think he uses.
He doesn't use anything. He just uses his fists.
Yeah.
And
Red
Hood uses his guns.
Because it's Jason Todd and he gives no fucks.
Yeah.
He died. He gets to do this shit.
Yeah. So Mr. Freeze looked really good.
Oh, yes.
He looked like if you just slimmed down a Space Marine a little bit.
Yeah, if you slimmed down a Space Marine.
And gave him a really big gun.
The thing is like they've clearly, because obviously it's still set in the Arkham universe.
We don't know if it is. It's not been. They've not come out and said anything like that, so we don't know if it actually is. Whereas the Rocksteady did come out and say it is. No one's come out and said that this is part of the Arkhamverse, so can't really say that at the moment.
It looks like it.
It does look like it because the ending of Arkham Knight is Wayne Manor gets blown up. Yeah. So.
Yeah, maybe. So they show the route up to Freeze's, because obviously Mr. Freeze has done something to regarding the weather, and there's a big giant weather machine causing a giant ice storm. Because of course it's Mr. Freeze.
I mean, what else can you do?
What else are you going to do? Is a guy called Mr. Freeze, who's clearly one of the smartest villains in the world.
Yeah. He's just going to make a
giant weather machine. He's going
to do the normal thing of making a giant weather machine to turn the world into a giant ice age.
Yeah.
Because of course he is. Because he's just a movie villain. That's all Mr. Freeze is. He's a movie villain. He's not my favourite villain at all. I mean, why would you give him an hour?
But here's the thing: we don't know the motivations for why he's doing
true.
This. So
that's true.
It's just like he's just shown up and put a freaking ice forming machine in
by the sounds,
giant building.
Yeah, by the sounds of it, we have got basically because Batman's gone, all the gangs are rising up and like taking part of the city.
Yeah,
and
or at least trying to like basically, it's basically what happens in the power vacuum. Like everyone's trying to become the new top dog.
Yeah.
And the Bat family are having to put them.
It sucks for bloody Nightwing. He's had to leave Bloodhaven again.
I know.
This is like the 17th time.
But the combat looks really good.
Combat looks good.
It's Arkham.
It's Arkham combat.
But you can team up.
You can do
co-op attacks, which if implemented really well, I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
And they didn't go into detail, but I'm wondering if this is if this is a live service, are all the missions going to be co-op, or they're single player missions?
All missions can be done co-op. It is primarily a co-op game.
Okay.
So, but they didn't say if it's going to be like a 4-player co-op or just 2-player co-op. Me personally, I think I would just like a 2-player co-op.
Yeah.
I think if we add all 4, I think it's just going to we're going to end up with what the Marvel Avengers looks like.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a little bit too chaotic, a little bit too flashy.
Yeah.
So I think 2 people in there is fine, and we know that 2 people. If it's done the way Arkham Knight did it, I know that was still 1 player, but you still had did the team ups with Nightwing and Robin and Batgirl, and so you still had those.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be done.
Yeah.
So we know that much. But yeah, I'm hoping it's just a 2-player. I think 4 players.
4 player could get a little bit. That's the thing. If it's a live service, then it probably will end up being 4-player.
I think it depends on because if Suicide Squad comes out and says we're a live service, I don't think Gotham Knights is going to be a live service.
Yeah, but that would mean Warner Brothers are actually doing something intelligent, and we all know recently Warner Brothers have not been doing a lot of things intelligently.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, it's interesting because if on one side is if it's a live service, then potentially we could get more characters, especially for Gotham Knights. You could have Catwoman, Huntress, Batwing, Orphan, Batwoman, Azrael,
Clayface.
Potentially. Damien, obviously.
Damien. I'd love Damien to be in it. Also, as long as he's also that snarky little shit as well.
He has to be the absolute bastard. He has to be the smug ass bastard that he is in the comics, because that is Damian Wayne. He's amazingly. I want to punch his face in at times, but he's amazing.
I love Damian Wayne.
He's great.
He is my boy. He
ticks all the boxes of the smug ass bastard.
I just want to pat him on the head every time he does something. It's just that's my boy.
But yeah, it's
DC Games.
Yeah,
is actually looking good.
It is.
After all that malarkey we've had with AT&T looking to sell them and everything like that, the games coming out of Warner Brothers Games
are actually
could be good. I think they also announced Gollum. Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Oh yeah, they're doing that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It's not something that I would necessarily go definitely day one purchase.
Yeah.
But, the Lord of the Rings fandom is big enough that there's going to be plenty of people going, that's interesting. And I would definitely keep an eye on it. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that War for Mordor? The second one?
Shadow's War.
Yeah. Shadow of War.
Yeah.
That just fucked up the entire thing because they wanted to sell loot boxes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I probably would have got the game. But, everyone was on the loot box hype train at that point and wanted to break their games to make sure people would buy them.
Yeah, they were. I think that's about it.
Yeah,
there
pretty much.
Wasn't anything else. So, on that note, leave some comments down below on what you're looking forward to if you watched any of the DC Fandome.
Is anyone looking forward to Suicide Squad or both
the Batman?
Or the Batman? The game Suicide Squad is that looking interesting? Does anyone think it's going to be a live service? If so, do you think there's going to be new characters? If so, what characters would you like?
Yeah. Actually, no, that would be really good. Leave comments of what characters you would in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, what characters in Suicide Squad would you like? Pretty much.
I would like Scarface because I'd love to see how they made that work.
Oh, ventriloquist.
The ventriloquist and Scarface.
Well, that's easy. It's just ventriloquist walks around, but Scarface is the one with the Tommy gun shooting everyone.
I would love to see just how that works.
Yeah, it's also if the Gotham Knights turns out to be a live service.
What would you like for that?
Who in the Bat family would you like to be entered in? I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Alfred Pennyworth in the Bat armored suit. Because Alfred Pennyworth's a badass. I'm sorry.
He is.
He is. He's an absolute badass. I think didn't he get given a power thingy and he absolutely kicked the crap out of someone.
He I know in Justice he took one of those pills so he got the strength of Superman and he beat the shit out of Superman.
Oh yes, that was it. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, because Alfred Pennyworth is fucking badass. I don't care.
And he doesn't give a shit about anyone.
No, apart
from Bruce.
Apart from the Bat family.
Yeah, apart from the Bat family, he really generally doesn't care about anyone.
Yeah, Green Arrow, yeah, you can fucking die in ditch.
You should fuck off, mate.
Like, he probably doesn't like Catwoman, because,
No, he likes Catwoman.
No, well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is, Catwoman has this on-off relationship with Bruce, so it's like, well, I do like her right now, but she's going to probably end up hurting him, and I really don't like when that happens, because it's a fucking pain in the ass to get him back into the mess.
But it's for Master Bruce, so it's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, so there's that. What did you think about Wukong?
Oh, yes.
Or any of the things that we've talked about?
Yeah.
I know I didn't really talk about a lot about the stuff at the beginning, but that's because, again,
there wasn't that much information to go on about. Like, for example, Suicide Squad movie, it was basically the roster, and there was a lot of characters, and we can't remember.
All I know is that Nathan Fillion's in it, so I'm probably going to go see it.
Yes. He's,
TDK?
Yeah, TDK. Which stands for something, I can't remember what.
Neither can I. But anyway.
The thing is, right, here's the thing. We all know if Suicide Squad actually does well, we'll get a blooming Thunderbolts movie from Marvel. Which will be terrible.
It will be terrible because the Thunderbolts... I don't even think the Thunderbolts work in the comics. I do not like the Thunderbolts at all.
Maybe we'll get a new Warriors then. With Speedball and Namor.
No, we won't get those ones. No, we won't get those ones. We'll get Safe Space and Snowflake. That's who we'll get. If they gave us the new Warriors and gave us Speedball and Numeria and that, I'd be down for that because I like them.
Yeah.
But these new Warriors with the magic bloody backpack, fly a kite.
The thing is, right, if you take the... Right, I know we're going off the tangent, but we'll finish off after this. If you take those powers separately, like, and just explain those powers, and it's like, okay, you could do something interesting with those.
Okay, no, there's two. There's only two that have interesting powers.
Yeah.
Safe Space and Snowflake.
Yeah.
They're the only two that kind of have anything interesting going. Unfortunately, their character design is god awful, but they're the only two, right?
The character.
You've got Negative B, who is a discount Michael Morbius.
That is very
You've
true.
got Magic Backpack Woman.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Internet guy.
Yeah.
Who got covered in internet smoke, and that's how he.
Yeah.
Like, does any of those three sound interesting at all?
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
But it's Safe Space, the fact that he can build barriers and that to protect people.
Yeah,
that's actually quite interesting.
Yeah,
and Snowflake has an ice power, and let's face it,
ice powers are
cool. So
literally in both senses, they're cool.
Yeah. So. There's the only problem with those two.
Yeah, but when I said New Warriors, I did mean Nimmo.
I know it's
Speed.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Basically, the New Warriors before Civil War.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we won't get them.
No.
We'll get Snowflake and Safe Space.
Yeah.
And negative fucking B. Or is it B negative?
Negative B.
Is it negative B?
I'm pretty sure it's negative B.
It's either negative B or B.
I mean,
negative.
to be perfectly honest, it shows how much we kind of not give a shit about these characters.
Yeah, Marvel comics suck at the moment. Don't read Marvel. Actually, don't read DC.
No, unless it's X-Men,
unless it's X-Men,
because that's
read Marvel if it's X-Men.
Yeah, it's Hickman, and he's the dude can do no wrong.
Yeah, and don't read DC. Just don't read DC.
Bad things are happening.
Bad things are happening at DC. But anyway. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.